Welcome to another Marketing Strategy Management mini training module. Today's topic is the future outlook for mobile marketing. Like many budding industries, mobile technology is growing and changing with dazzling speed. What's hot today may in fact be in the rearview mirror by tomorrow. From a marketing standpoint, it's a good idea to stay atop of what's going on even if you haven't already begun to use it. Chances are, it soon will become indispensable to the marketing of most businesses, perhaps yours included. Whether you have yet to use it or already started, the secret to sustainable success will lie with remaining agile in the way that you use it. Much as a surfer rides a wave until it loses steam, then seeks out the next big one, so must those in mobile marketing try to catch the next big trend when the one they're currently on begins to subside. In order to do this, there are three areas to watch with particular interest. They are consumer trends, mobile operator trends, and device trends. In this module, we'll look at consumer trends. In Part 8b, we'll explore mobile operator trends and device trends. While all three areas will have an influence on the future of mobile marketing, the first one, consumer trends, will likely be the most powerful. Let's take a closer look at this category. Odd as it may seem, the first consumer trend that's worth mentioning has more to do with demographics than with technology per se. Specifically, it has to do with population trends. An analysis of the United States, for example, reveals that the children of the baby boomers, those who were born during the 1980s and 90s, and are also known as echo boomers, are just now entering adulthood. Something similar is happening across Europe, and, as we also know, many Asian countries have seen significant population growth as well. These young adults, who are 80 million strong in the US alone, own the distinction of being the first generation to grow up with mobile technology. They've been indoctrinated to use it in all the many ways that were covered in the preceding modules. Since it's hard to imagine they will suddenly cease doing what they've been doing all along, mobile may well be the most critical marketing tool you can have for reaching them in the years to come. It's also worth noting that the population has become more diverse than ever, both in the US and in Europe. The ability of mobile to target an audience with almost surgical precision and to develop personal relationships makes it even more attractive in the face of this circumstance. And finally, let's look at the people who are currently buying smartphones and mobile devices. A large percentage of them are on-the-go working professionals with discretionary income. If they represent a demographic you would like to target, then mobile offers yet another reason to be included in your marketing strategy. And by the way, keep in mind that they can use their purchasing power on themselves, their family, or their friends. Now let's put demographics aside and instead look at another important consideration when talking about consumer trends. As emphasized throughout this series, it is necessary to understand your target audience, what it wants, where and how it interacts with your content, and with what devices. In light of this, you'll want to keep an eye on consumption trends and patterns for mobile devices. This is akin to the old saying, follow the money. Many experts believe the consumption patterns we see today will undergo a radical shift starting in 2011. Let's explore three in particular. 1. By the end of 2011, it's expected more smartphones will be in use than feature phones. 2. According to a January 2011 eMarketer report, Google Android will account for 31% of smartphone users by year's end, essentially putting it neck and neck with the iPhone. And 3, the experts also believe that, starting in 2011, new computing devices, namely tablets, will start to experience their own enormous spike in consumer demand. And while the iPad has thus far held the coveted position of runaway favorite for 2010, it's anticipated that others like Android-based devices, Samsung Galaxy, Motorola Xoom, and non-Android BlackBerry Playbook will become strong contenders by the close of 2011, and that the sales for all of them will be brisk. By 2015, Forrester Research predicts 1 in 3 Americans will own and use a tablet. So in summary, you've got two major dynamics at work in the consumer trends area. On the one hand, the potential demand for smartphones and mobile devices, and for the content and services they offer, is likely to swell in size. That's good news for businesses that are able to excel at mobile marketing. On the other hand, a proliferation of products and platforms on the consumption side, all with relatively similar demand, could make it a much more complex marketing endeavor, and it could possibly end up as a strain on the mobile marketing budget. This brings us to the end of Part 8A. In Part 8B, we'll explore some mobile operator trends and some device trends that you'll also want to keep an eye on. Come back for that module, won't you? For more on this and related topics, visit marketingstrategymanagement.com. Thanks, and see you next time.